Hello, everybody, and welcome to tonight's special show, The Holidays. And also we have some special announcement for all of you. So thank you for joining us over here. It's one of those times where we're so lucky to have all the four girls together. So I'm really happy and I feel very blessed to be joined by such beautiful goddesses tonight. So before we talk about we have a lot to talk about. In fact, we're going to talk about a little bit of a retrospect about 2024. We're going to talk about the holidays and how to infuse more mindfulness, more spirituality into the holidays. And we're going to go into 2025 a little bit about like what we can expect, astrology, Chinese astrology, numerology, and of course with the cards, with the beautiful oracles that we have tonight. So let's welcome those beautiful ladies. First, Sol, how are you, Sol? And welcome to the show, of course.
Oh, it's so lovely to be together, the four of us, and exciting time of year. I love the holidays. I love Christmas. I love spending it with family, and it's just, I guess, different over here in Australia with the warmth. So it's getting quite hot over here. So it's beginning to feel like our Christmas. But yeah, just happy to be with our beautiful audience tonight as well.
Yeah, and this is true. I'm looking at your background and I'm like, this is kind of a weird background for me because like right now it is very much snowing where we are and the wind is blowing like horizontally. So we have like a very different scenery. And it must be kind of weird, but I guess you're used to it to celebrate Christmas with the greenery around you.
And I can hear the cicadas outside really noisily in the background. I'm not sure if it's coming through. And people mowing the grass. So there's people outside today. So very opposite. It's quite hot over here today.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think we have a snowstorm here today. So that just tells you how much. Yeah, it's extremely, like it's completely reverse here. You look outside and it's like dark at almost 3 p.m. and it's just snowing everywhere. So hi, everybody, by the way.
Hi, Sophie. And Sophie, how are you with the light that is changing also over here? How are you feeling?
I'm reading more, so I appreciate that change. It's easier for me in that time of the year to just do a little bit of a detox of screens. I'm just really happy that each season brings something positive, different. So I'm taking the best of each one. And for this one, I'm just enjoying that kind of cocooning and that I love to walk in nature when it's snowy because the calm is so calm. It's really quiet and it's beautiful. And reading, it's really great. And bubble baths. I mean, this is the magical of just the purge. I know purge, but this is the season for purging. So sea salt, bubble bath, and everything. This is just, there's positive in each season, so let's appreciate it.
Yeah, totally. You're so right. Well said, Sophie. And let us know what are you doing right now during the month of December. And just before I welcome our fourth goddess, I just wanted to share a little of our comments from our beautiful community. Lorianne says, the fabulous sport. Thank you so much, Lorianne, for being here. Yay, the holiday goddesses are live. Yes. Jillian says, good evening, everyone. Corbin says, full cast, glad to see all four of you together. Yes, it feels very festive just to be with all of you girls. I feel very happy, very uplifted. And Lisa says, love all of you girls. Thank you so much, Lisa. Emma says, hi, ladies in chat tribe. And Rainbow Sun says, looks like a gorgeous day down under. So,
yeah, definitely.
And so we'll be, of course, chatting with all of you all throughout this episode. And we want to know also what you're going to be doing for the holidays, because we know that, let's say, in the truther/spiritual community for the past years, a lot of people have given the holidays a bad rep. And I do understand where this is coming from, because we're moving away from, let's say, the old matrix, the old system of control, and into a new world that we're co-creating. But personally, I do love a lot of things about the holiday. I love that it's giving us a a reason to get together with our loved one, with our families. I love the lights. I love the Christmas colors. I love the trees. So there's a lot of things that I'm not ready to throw away just yet. So let me know, guys, if you're feeling the same. What are you keeping from the traditions? And also, I wanted to share, and we'll get into that a little bit more, but we have a Jupiter-Saturn square, like basically all year, but it's going to be exact on December 24th. And Jupiter-Saturn talks about, Saturn is traditions, Jupiter is new, expansion, and they're like coming in a tug of war together. So there's like a clash between what do we keep from our past, but also what newness do we want to integrate. So I think it's also coming in for the holidays for a reason, I feel. So of course, before we dive into a little bit more of the topics for tonight, please do make sure you give us a like. We are simulcasting on our YouTube channel and as well also on our Rumble channel. So do make sure you are subscribed to either or of the channels. It really helps us into creating content for you guys. And I wanted to start by talking a little bit, because it's going to be our maybe last live that we're all, the four together of 2024. So I wanted to do a little recap of 2024 and then getting into 2025. So a big transition show here. And I often don't take the time, honestly, to look at what happened in the past year during the holidays, because I'm always like running everywhere and just trying to do what I have to do. So I wanted to start maybe with you ladies. What was your, like, say, major lessons that you've learned in 2024? Did something substantial happen? Also, I want to make a parallel with what was happening in the astrology. And very briefly, and I'll let you guys talk before, but I would just say that two of the major astrological alignments that we had, first of all, of course, Pluto moving into Aquarius at the end of the year. So that is like energetic sovereignty, getting back our personal empowerment through energy, through where do we invest that energy to, and also the North Node was in Aries all year. So we've had a lot of focus on being more independent, putting ourselves as a priority, putting our personal project as a priority. So I don't want to talk the whole show, but I want to listen to what you guys have to say. Elena, do you want to share first?
Yes. Hi, Soul Sister. Hi, beautiful community. For me, 2024 was a lot of like pushing a lot of things that I no longer need, gaining back my power a lot. So it was like very hard for me, because it's something that I'm not used to do, like taking care of myself first. So putting myself first. And I know that triggers like a lot of people, because I'm not used to do that. So it was difficult for me at the same time. But now I feel like at peace, and I just feel like I'm ready to be the new me. I can like handle my powers. I'm ready to do. I was ready to do the work, but it's like I needed to like take off some layers that no longer serve, like I said. And yeah, I feel positive of what's coming. And I just feel like everything is balanced, and it's going to be more smooth for the 2025.
I love it. And yes, we had a team meeting recently, and I was saying to the girls, I'm so proud of ourselves, because I feel like it was not an easy year, far from it. And I feel like we've grown so much as a team, but also individually. And throughout like the hard work that we've put in the direction of our life mission, I feel like we've found more inner balance, more self-love, giving ourselves more time, respecting our cycles, respecting when we have energy, when we don't. Also having a personal life aside of the professional life, which is not always easy to balance out. But I feel like we've grown a lot in that department of finding more harmony, finding more balance. Sophie, do you want to share something about your lesson about 2024, how you felt about this year?
Very tough year, but extremely glad to went through everything that I went through. So it started with a bang with Sambuca leaving me after 17 years. So it was a constant person with me. I say person with me, and I had to learn how to cope without for the first time. And that means that I had 17. I was 17 when I had her, and she spent 17 years with me. That's a lot. So to relearn how to cope with stress, with loneliness, and everything alone, I had to. I left my partner this year, so I had to establish what I was willing to give and what I was expecting to receive, and when enough was enough. And it was always a concept that I was reading about, that I was telling people about. It's always better. It's always easier to give those advice than to do it by yourself. But I understood those concepts, but I was not at that point where I felt how to apply them in my life. And that's the first year where I felt, oh, that's how it feels to really understand them to a level of that's what I am and that's what I need, and I honor this. So an extreme growth in Aries energy. And I was searching in my head, like before you said, Julia, which area it was about, I was searching what it meant for me that year. And I was really, in my head, I was like, that's house number 1. That's Aries energy. That's reclaiming my power. And it's a very tough lesson that all of us has to learn once in your life, at least, that sometimes you have to bring back that energy towards you and that you deserve your own energy. And that's a tough lesson, but I'm really, really glad to all of the lessons that made me learn it.
So well said, Sophie. And I have to say, I agree with Laura. Laura, she says, Sophie, you are glowing this evening. Your eyes look just amazing. Your energy is like so much vibrant and very positive. So you did a good job. And yeah, I do feel you. We've had a lot of similar experiences this year. I also felt like the universe was pushing me to reclaim my power, not make the same, let's say, maybe karmic decision that I used to make in order to devote myself to people and projects that were not 100% in alignment where I should go in this lifetime. So with working with those ladies here, I reclaimed a lot of that energetic sovereignty. And I feel like this is an overarching theme for a lot of people. So just before I ask you, Sol, I just want to put some comments on the screen. So Corbin says, yes, Julie, you did it. We're so proud of you. Oh, thank you so much, Corbin. Appreciate it. Not an easy year, I'll say. And Jody says, I feel the same, Elena. Lots of purging, but feeling more peaceful now.
Right. Absolutely.
And Tim says, you ladies have made a difference in an infinite universe. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
You guys give us so much strength, like you cannot even imagine. So thank you so much. Lisa says, oh yeah, apparently I had a sound, my sound was choppy. So I don't know if it's better now, but let's hope so. And Lisa says, yes, I think the high vibe is short circuiting the sound. So because we're all 4 of us together, it's like too high vibrational. Mary says, you should all be proud of what you have accomplished and the community you have created together. Yes, thank you so much. We are so blessed to have this forum of love and light. Oh, that means the world. Thank you so much, Mary. And
being able to understanding each other as well. I think it's really important, like it's not in the depending on the environment that you work, we're all human beings, and being able to understand that right now the soul sister is not feeling well. So what can we do to support the family so that it's something that we have, that it's so magical, and we are so blessed to be able to support each other.
Yeah. So you're so right. And Jenny says this channel allows us to grow with you. Wow, thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Lorianne. She says, Julie, we are so proud of your decision to honor your mission, made Maison Jupiter possible. Oh, thank you so much. I have to say, like, we all thought, I think it was going to be an easier process. It is not. but we've learned a lot of things along the way, which is, I think, part of the journey of individualization, of growing, of stepping into our own power. So Sol, what about you? How was your 2024? What soul lessons have you learned? How did you feel?
So I would say grateful. If I had to pick one word to sum it up, grateful for you girls and grateful for our community. And I really do believe, like, with 100% of my heart, and I say this on all the shows all the time, that we just have the most amazing, beautiful community. And I really mean that. The way that I see people come together, the way that I see, if someone's feeling down or they're not well, people sending love, and just hearing about, through clients, personal people contacting or reaching out to each other. I just think that, we really are creating something that has its own life force, its own energy. And I think with this year, we were finding our legs, finding our foundation. I'm so proud of us girls for all, coming together, but speaking up and standing true, being authentic, and also following our hopes and dreams. And we were talking the other day, the four of us, about, being inspired. And I think that's what I love about working together, is that we get to follow our hearts, we get to invest in our dreams. And yeah, so when I look at it, yes, there's been some roller coaster moments earlier on in 2024, definitely not as hard as my my solar return was last year. This one is a lot more kind and gentle. But yeah, I just feel really proud of myself for speaking up, even when it hasn't been easy, when I felt like my voice is small, or if I felt undervalued and things like that, like earlier on in the year. It definitely is a huge magnetic shift to where we are now. And I just feel grateful that I honored what I saw and what I wanted for my own future. And I think we all gel really well together, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I would say just reflecting on everything. I was thinking about it before the show and doing some meditation, doing some singing and some affirmation work, and just, looking at what I want to call in. And I think it's also, the more that we can focus on the gratitude, the smaller it shrinks all of the little insignificant things, or the things that can overwhelm us, or the things that can take up space, or, cause us to go down spirals.
So well said, Sol. And Corbin is saying, I don't have, I have an issue with my throat chakra too. I don't know what's going on.
Me too. Thanks, Corbin.
He said, we are grateful for you, Sol. You are such an inspirational guide for all of us. Oh, so well said, Corbin. Thank you so much. Yeah, like being with the four of you has been like such a blessing. And you're right about like being when we can be grateful, how it shifts everything. And I feel like we were all in the same process of reclaiming our power, reclaiming our voice, and following our life mission, our truth, and being as authentic and honest as we can with whatever we want to do in the world. So it's not an easy process, because it's an initiation. So we're living it with you publicly, but also, of course, in our personal lives, we're being tested also. So not easy, but I feel like also I'm feeling hopeful, like you, Elena, for what's to come. And of course, we're going to pull cards on 2025 in just a bit. But before we dive into the holidays in 2025, I'd like to ask Sophie and Sol if it's possible to pull some cards in order to see maybe what were the collective lessons, what was the energy. So maybe I'll start with Sophie, and I'll ask you, what were the collective lessons that we were learning in 2024?
Sure, let's see. So one of the themes that we had to learn in 2024 was to learn that we're not always in competition, especially women together, but it could be also no matter the gender in general, but it says especially with women here. So to learn that we're no longer supposed to see each other as competition, but instead working all together and to grow together. And this applies to, I think, the new Aquarius energy, instead of this Capricorn who's the best is going to survive. And then this is a softer energy of connecting and helping each other grow. We do have the card of come and get it. And with this, it's still talking about chasing your dreams. And yes, it's always good to chase your own dreams. And for this, we need to really see what do you want and what do you need. And that is a big process of knowing what is your energy and knowing what you really want to create. And for this, you need to detach from all of the what other people had as vision for you or expectation overall on you. You have to detach from those in order to really see what is your true nature. And for this, it means that we probably have lost some people in this year. Many of us had lost friends, partners, family members, or other people that were in some way not the best, not showing us the best way to be yourself. And the last card is thinking about you, so thoughts of you. And with this, it says that it's a process of grieving the old to be able to welcome the new you. So this is overall the energy that I'm getting for 2024.
Wow, that felt so right, Sophie, and I'm sure you guys can resonate with that. I do for sure. Thank you so much. Wow, and I want to put some beautiful comments on the screen that I didn't put before. Thank you, Larry. He says, what a beautiful group of lovely ladies and such a strong spiritual connection. Appreciate that very much. Dev's Soul Tribe says, can't wait to get rid of 2024. It's been a yo-yo year for sure. Roll on 2025 Aquarius power. Love it.
Yes.
Yes. And Lorianne says, each divine feminine has helped my spiritual growth in so many ways. Wow, such a profound comment, Lorianne. Thank you so much for that. And I feel like throughout every huge tower moment that I've been facing, especially in the past year, personally, like what kept me going is that I realized that I had such like a strong soul tribe around me. And every time like I felt like, oh wow, like there's a lot of people that love me, actually. Not that I didn't know, but like it was made a lot more evident for me. So thank you so much. I don't want to cry, but thank you so much, Lorianne. I appreciate that. And yeah, Tim says Sophie, our dragon year oracle. I love that. And Soul, could you maybe pull some cards in order to see what were we getting rid of in 2024, maybe karmically speaking?
Yeah, sure.
And then we'll talk about the holidays.
It's interesting. I've got my 5 cards face down, but the vision with touching the cards, what I saw was us as an individual. And then I saw all these little souls that are attached or kind of in, I guess, alignment with our souls. And I saw them not as big or the same level as our souls. Spirit was showing me that sometimes we'll project or feel like other people's soul energy is much bigger than ours in terms of like what we should be doing. We'll sort of like have other people's voices a little bit more dominant than our own wants, needs, and desires. And what I was seeing was 2024 was teaching us how to shrink down the voice of other people's needs, wants, desires, and their storylines. And it was showing me how with this, it was like imagine like this thing, like the main one, and all these like little tiny souls that are part of your story. I guess it would be called like a main character energy, is what 2024 was teaching us. So how to put the attention, the focus, how to like re-script your narrative is what I'm seeing 2024 was about. So I'll flip the cards over and we'll see what we've got. So the first card we have is the card of adjustment, which is also known as the justice one. So Libra. So finding that balance. This is about weighing the heart against the feather too. So people that were no longer in alignment with our story, with our heart, we're seeing some of those people being purged and left, but there's also an alchemy. So interesting, because I had my soul alchemy potions I released this year after about 3 years of working on them. But yeah, we have with this alchemy, this represents where you're the embodiment of this energy. So back to this little analogy of the soul, it's like we've learned more how to embody different qualities and things. I'm seeing it that we're not quite finished piecing together this whole mission or this story. We still have some more astrology things to go through to ground it in, to make it stronger, but we've started the foundational work. The other thing that I'm also seeing with the 8 of Wands and the 5 of Cups is we're going to start to feel when we go off kilter, or we start to feel that we're going in a direction of other people's script or narrative, or when we're just feeling like any fear type energy, or we're feeling like this is the same emotion or the same story or the same pattern recycled. So there's a higher state of awareness that we've gained from 2024 to know when we're going off, I guess, off alignment, off target. So yeah, I feel like it's an important lesson. We're going to have a lot more growth next year, I feel.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. And I love how your, like, the things that you're picking up from the cards are so in line with what Sophie were saying also about like not taking into consideration so much of other people's expectations and also embodying more of our soul. So I feel like you guys are very, very connected in your messages. Thank you so much. Wow, beautiful. Okay, so yeah, and I feel like a lot of time we say like at the end of a year, oh my God, I can't wait for that year to be over. I can't wait for the next. And like we have super high hopes, but then like it ends up being like another year of transformation. But of course, we're always in a constant transformation. But so I can't wait to see like how different it will be of a transformation. Personally, I don't feel like it's going to be as intense. And if I look at the astrology, like, of course, Pluto changing sign was like a huge tower moment for all of us. And we're still going to feel that next year, but in different ways. I feel like we're going to be adapting more to the change, to the fast-paced changes. And right before we talk about 2025 and what to expect, I wanted to touch base on the holidays and how we can include more mindfulness, more spirituality in our practices. And so I'd like to ask the three of you if you have like either pull cards or just go with your intuition of something like you feel could be adding some value to our rituals or practices or meetings during the holidays, or if you have any tips, personal tips of how to go through the holidays feeling like you don't have, let's say, unrealistic expectation that everything will be perfect, and maybe not diving too much into the overdoing stuff and getting, let's say, in touch with the source of what's important. So I'll ask Elena first. I was going to call you Elena. I don't know why. Maybe that's your star name.
Thank you so much.
Elena, how do you feel that we can include more mindfulness into the holidays?
I feel like it is important to like bring our positive energy, just being aware where you're walking, and just like if you don't know the person next to you, just say hi to the person, or like have a good day, just sending like positive energy. I feel like there's like something that we need to live with, like the positivity that we have right now, and just be in the joy and in connecting with nature as well. When I look at the snow, I find it so magical, and just being able to like, it's just grounding me so much. So if you guys are in the place that there is snow, you can do that. Or so, I don't know, maybe connecting with water, looking at what would you suggest? So like in a place that it's actually hot.
Yeah, the beach. Definitely. I can't wait to get to the beach. Yeah, and take the kids there and just, sit in the water. I actually would love to. I'm putting out my intention to see some dolphins. I saw some when I was in Mexico recently, and it's one of those things, just blast your heart open with joy. I think it's like the most extreme level of love and open-hearted joy that you can feel in nature. So I'm going to put out to maybe see some more dolphins, I think. But yeah, I guess in terms of intentions and how to get through these holidays, anything that regulates your nervous system. So just keep a mindfulness around when you're feeling unregulated or dysregulated, and come back to breath. Come back to like centering yourself, to meditation. And yeah, for me, it means starting my work day a little bit later so that I can get time in to meditate, to walk, to eat right. And then I find that sets up a foundation for the rest of the day to flow well. And if I find myself come out of alignment throughout the day, it's just like, right, what do I need to do now to get back into alignment? Do I need some time out? Do I need to meditate again? I'm just trying to really catch myself consciously.
You're so right, Sol. And I feel like a lot of us, I don't know, I'm guessing it's the same for you in Australia, but oftentimes during the holidays, like we book ourselves so much, seeing like so many people, family members, parties, this and that. So we have like a lot of social gatherings, and it's not always like, let's say, respecting the energy level that we have. Maybe like, let's say if I take myself as an example, I'm not 100% extrovert. So I need a lot of introvert time to recharge. And if I don't listen to that urge, I might feel off center, like you say. So it's important, I think, to respect exactly what you just said, to make sure that we're respecting our limits also, and recentering ourselves when we can. So and is it the same? Like, are you as booked as we are?
Yeah, and to hear school concerts and lots of events, things like that that are on. So it's just where as a family, looking at trying to not overbook or overdo things. My partner and I have been planning presents and things a little bit earlier, but also now the kids are getting older, we don't really need to find as many toys or find the new latest thing. So this year for us, it's a little bit easier. Most of the kids want money and like a couple of little gifts and things. So I think definitely we're going into it with a lower stress level. I'm not overly concerned with having to do too much. And I feel like if there is something, we're going to do it out of the house. So like, I know we're catching up with friends next week for dinner, which is good because then I'm not cooking. So then the kitchen's not getting messy. Then I don't have to clean the house. So, that saves me half a day's work. So it's really anything that we can do at the moment to try and negate having to create more effort, more work. But yeah, for me, really looking at my holiday calendar with clients and things, it was starting my day a little bit later was the thing that's going to keep me just on that even kilter and feeling good and not stressed. And I have more energy to give to my clients then as well. So yeah.
I love it. And can you maybe pull some cards in order to give us like maybe some guidance in order to see what do the guys or source have to say about how can we have like the best holiday season, including more of our mindfulness, awareness, spirituality?
Yeah, sure. I'm just grabbing the Mythios deck. That was the one that I kept getting highlighted from Spirit. It's interesting. The first thing that they're showing me as I touch the cards is it's actually, they're directing their attention, flow, and energy and focus to the astral. And I'm seeing a lot of blue. So what they're showing is there's a lot of like little critters or succubus energies and things that will try and attach or try and come in around these holiday seasons. It's almost like there's an open kind of portal, and I haven't looked into this before, so it's really interesting. But they're just saying if we can do our protection rituals and I guess, have our level of consciousness raised to these things, clinging on to people or jumping in, it's just, and I guess because we're in Mercury retrograde till the 15th, but we know the shadow will end right at the end of the year. So I guess it's to be mindful astrologically whilst we're at these parties, we're at events or gathering, being really mindful of who we're allowing into our space. So it's okay to say no to certain things. So the cards that we have, 7 of Coins, 4 of Swords, Queen of Wands, Ace of Swords, and Page of Wands. So with the 7 of Coins, you know, it is about investing into the things that we more care about or what we'd really rather see that we want to grow. So if it's friends that you're really excited to catch up with, I just would be more careful if it's things that are going to drain your energy or you're going to have these negative astral experiences attached. But if it's something that adds value or is a good investment, and yeah, Four of Swords, healing, more time for meditation. With this as well, it's also, for me, it's about like making sure that we're having that introverted time. So we're not going to be, as you were saying before, you know, not fully exhausting the extrovert. Queen of Wands. So, you know, standing in our power, this is being fearless as well. And making sure like we're actually choosing where we're directing energy rather than being swept off path like a Princess of Wands would be. So it's, you know, if we're saying yes to things, fully committing in, but if we're saying maybe, I would say probably say no to that. We then have the Ace of Swords, and we can see here almost these little astral hands as well. So that's not a common theme within a lot of the other decks, but I would say just watch like where you're getting your information from. Watch like, you know, are you choosing to say yes because you feel like you have to or because there's pressure and things? So just look at the influence of why you're saying yes to things. And Page of Wands, it's okay like if you don't feel to have to shine like your full strength or light. So really, I feel this is just about doing a pulse check day to day, seeing how you're feeling. And I just feel to get a bonus card. Yeah, we've got the Justice card, which we also know is balance and adjustment, Libra energy. So you really need to kind of check. And there's an Aboriginal kind of way of life that they talk about over here, in that they won't always commit to something on the day because they might feel like the energies are off that day, or, you know, there could be an accident or something that pops up and they'll be getting prompted from spirit to not go to somewhere. So they talk about sort of meeting in time. So I think if we can keep a different way of thinking about it without the pressures of normal astral or mental energy, it'll feel really different.
And if I can add to it, so what you were saying is so on point, because I think you're picking up on alcohol. I think you're right. I think you're picking up on during those times, it's hijacked, right? Those celebrations are hijacked by many things. But if you are even in an office like celebration or in a whatever, any social of any kind, in a bar, in a restaurant or anything, you may want to watch your what you drink. If you are under some influence, you may be not protected from any darker energy, and you want to stay in the positive. You want to stay in the light, and you want to really stay grounded and really claim, I am protected and we are protected, and nothing can affect us. So watch also this, and watch also sugar and coffee during those celebrations, just because those are the things that can really affect your energy. And during those times, I don't know for like the southern atmosphere, but in the northern atmosphere, we do have a lot of people who are depressed during winter. So you don't want to get things attached, because of those people are in a lower frequency and have things that are attached to them. So this is just something to keep in mind. And the other thing that you said was really interesting is you talked about respecting your needs and everything. And for a long time, I spent Christmas and New Year alone, and there's nothing wrong with it. If you are feeling like you need that or you want that, or for some reason this is what you have, make it a day for you. You don't need another person or another reason except than just yourself to put time and energy and to be doing something special for you. So you are enough, and you should have that celebration that you really need and want.
So on point, ladies, so on point. I'm so much resonating with all of you, and a lot of people in the chat also are very much resonating. Thank you, Lorianne. Yes, brilliant advice from the girls here. And also, I was thinking about astrology while you girls were speaking, and I'm like, damn, that makes so much sense, because I talked briefly about the square that's going to be exact on December 24th, which is the Jupiter-Saturn square, which talk about tension. kind of growing pains. We're trying to evolve, but there's things slowing us down in the process. So that, of course, can also manifest itself as conflicts, tension in the outside world. But also we have Mars retrograde, basically from December 5th, if I'm not mistaken. Is it 5th? No, 6th. From December 6th until February of next year. So Mars is going retrograde, and around the holidays will be retrograde in the sign of Cancer. So Cancer is the sign of the home, the family. So that feels like we might not have like full-on energy to go out into the world. We might, like, if you do great, like, listen to your needs. But if you don't, that makes also a lot of sense that you need some recharging your battery, maybe. And also redirecting where you choose to invest that energy. And maybe finding a safe space, a place where you feel like you can recharge. Like, for example, I feel like whenever we go to our mom's house, it's like a wooden house, and I feel like I can really recharge my energy there and talk around a cup of tea. So if also, like, let's say you have a place like that, that may be a really great option also for the holidays.
I love your mom's house.
You too.
I do. And you guys are so on point, because like even me, like I have like small kids, but I didn't book anything now, and I just don't want to overbook myself. I bought one gift for the boys, and that's it. They don't need anything. Like, only, let's say I gave a surprise to them yesterday. I said to them, I have a surprise for you. And I'm like, okay, let's sit and close your eyes. And when they opened their eyes, it was only a sandwich that they love. But it's like, it's the sandwich that I usually buy when we go like do this activity, and they were so happy. So maybe also like concentrate on like small things that can make you happy. And when you see the other ones like happy, or let's say me and you, usually when we're having a tea, like, what kind of tea would you like? So it's like, I feel like everything has like, put some magic on everything that is just normal, but make it special.
So right, so right. And while we're talking about gifts, I know a lot of people have, let's say, re-questioned maybe if like we need to give like as many gifts as we used to gift in the past, or maybe like tweak a little bit to give something that is more meaningful, for example. So I wanted to talk about the great ideas that we have for you guys, because we all the 4 girls together, we were thinking about like how can we, let's say, offer something that is more meaningful and has more value. So we are also launching our holidays promo officially today. And I think personally, this is what we were saying in the deep dive, in the 5D deep dive from yesterday, that one of my favorite gifts that I've received was every year Sophie gifted me with a course, an astrology workshop from teachers that I love. And I felt like it was adding so much value instead of getting, like, let's say, it's nice to get gifts or whatever it is, of course, but I feel like, and I have a strong Mercury, so I love the gift of knowledge. And I feel like it's something that, let's say, a travel, a course, it's something that you'll remember forever, and that's going to add value to your life. So we have the once a year big sale on the Academy, which is the 50% off sale across the board on the Maison Jupiter Academy from today until December 31st. So 50% off all the courses, all the workshop, including the Aura course from Sol, the Tarot course from Sophie, level 1, 2, or 1, 2 together, and the astrology workshop that I produced, the meditation that Elena did. And we have a new series also of meditations that also Elena is launching at a very affordable price, also at 50% off. So Elena is launching a series of meditation with themes in order to work on something, reprogram your energetic field. And for example, this one is about increasing financial security. There are other ones, so go look at the website, a lot of options. And also, of course, you can gift any of those courses, workshop, meditation, activation at 50% off as well. So the code is holidays, and that will be the gift code across all the platforms to get the holiday promos. I have other things to share with you. We have a lot of gifts for you, a lot of special announcements today. So also on maisongyptard.com, on the other website, we have the readings promo. So a 20% off across the board on all the readings with Solreta, with Sophie, and also on gift cards. So you can also benefit from the 20% off if you'd like to gift a consultation with either Sophie or Solreta to a loved one, which I think can add a lot of value to someone's life, even especially like if you know that someone is in a place where they're at a crossroad, they need more direction, more guidance. I feel like this is a perfect gift. Anytime I've had friends who were like in some kind of existential crisis, I'm like, let me help you. I'll book you with Sol or I'll book you with Sophie, and you'll see it's going to be amazing. And every time they were like, oh my God, they changed my life. And I'm like, yes, I know. So, and also we have a new one, which is the 2025 predictions. This is a 30-minute pre-recorded personal reading from Sophie. I'm looking at the most important themes of the year ahead in 2025. Also 24%, 20% and not 24, 20% off with the code holidays as well. Yes, I talked about that. And we have, of course, the amazing candles, the handmade candles by the beautiful Elena. All the regular collection is at 20% off. Also with the code holidays, a lot of people are going to be very happy, I think. Lots of fans of your amazing candles. And we are, of course, also fans of your candles. Thank you so much for providing the community with quality products and amazing scents. So also we have the promo on the bird charts, and I've created, thanks to Tim and a lot of people in the community who asked for a gift card to gift bird charts. Let's say you don't know exactly the time of birth of someone, you don't know their time information, so you can also give them the gift card for the personalized bird chart, also at 20% off. And lastly, this one is not a promo, but it's a new launch, and we have a new baby in the boutique. Elena, do you want to introduce this one?
Well, first of all, we have been connecting a lot in 2024 with the Atlantis, and we had the collection, the Larimar pendant and everything. And, you know, because we have been connecting so much with the candles, I know the community have been asking for this candle for a long time. And we went and picked all the Larimar from there and infused
Handpick.
Yeah. So it has like a special connection with the community, with us, and the Atlantis as well. And I know the community loved the magnolia scents as well. So it reminds of the breeze of the Atlantis as well, the flowers. So it's really, when you are lighting this candle, it's connecting to the Atlantis so much. So we wanted to offer to this beautiful community this limited, it's actually limited quantities for this one, just to let you know.
Yes, like the Larimar pendants, they are going to sell very fast, I think. Thank you so much, Elena. Wow, guys, thank you for your beautiful comments. Jody saying, wow, wonderful gifts. Mary saying, incredible gifts. Thank you for all the opportunities. Thank you, guys. And of course, we always try to offer you with, let's say, affordable options, high quality options. So this is what we're trying to do always, to have like the best prices, because we know that it's not always easy, but we try to present you with the highest quality in all the courses, all the candles, the products, everything that we do. So thank you so much for your beautiful support. And Jim is saying, why shop anywhere else? No, this is amazing. Yes. Amazing. Thank you so much. And Mary is saying, the best candles in the whole wide world.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, everybody. Yes, Jake was very fast before we announced it. He already ordered his Atlantis candle.
Beautiful.
And Corbin is saying, Larimar candles. Yes, they are amazing indeed. So lots of, and yes, I do too. Britt Meredith is saying, I love Magnolia. That's my favorite scent. I just love it. And Elena is making the candles near where I'm working. And I'm like, oh, this smells so amazing. Oh, thank you so much, Jenny. She's saying your courses have so much passion in them and they are so worth the prices. Well, thank you so much. That means the world to us. Thank you, Jenny. So yeah, this is a big festivities and everything is ready to gift. Also, if you'd like to extend those offerings to someone you love. And I think they are great options to, let's say, add a lot of value to someone's life. So there we go. Now I wanted to talk a little bit about what's coming for 2025. So girls, please give us some hope. And right before I ask you to pull some cards, I'd like to just say that I did a little bit of research and I'm nowhere near to be a Chinese astrology expert, but I've looked at starting in end of January, so January 29th of 2025, we're going to step into the year of the snake in Chinese astrology. So, of course, the snake is about transformation, shedding your skin. It's also associated with wisdom, charm, elegance, transformation. I've said that already. So this is also interesting. And if we look at numerology, we're going to step into a universal 9 year, which talks about end of cycles. It also talks about wisdom, end of cycle, closure, maybe the end of some karma. But also the 9 in numerology really talks about like gaining more consciousness, gaining more compassion, more generosity towards other people, having this consciousness of the whole, the collective. So there's a lot of beautiful altruistic qualities that comes also with a universal 9. So stepping into more spirituality. And also in January of 2025, we're going to have the North Node step into Pisces. So that's going to be major. So I feel like this is in line with the snake. It is in line with the 9. So we're going to value a lot more our connection to source, to spirituality, our connection to our own intuition, but also feeling a lot more creative, which is something that I wanted to manifest personally for 2025. So let's start. Maybe, Sophie, do you want to pull some cards with the general energies for this community for 2025?
Yeah, but I feel like we have seen that coming with the shows. If you watch the 5D news, we did 3 parts to this Pluto and Aquarius. And that's pretty much what we have seen from this energy. It's more creativity, this purge. It's like a retrograde. We're going back and we are destroying what is corrupt, what is wrong, what is badly done, to go to a more elevated version of what we can create in the future. So it's not entirely like just purge and dark cycles ending, but it's also really welcome that we are finally stepping into removal of this corruption and this darkness in the world. So I think it's needed.
Yeah, you're so right. You're so right. And if I can add, like every time we've pulled cards in that series, and if you haven't seen it, it's a must watch on, it's the 3-part series on Pluto in Aquarius. It's the 5D deep dives that we did on the subject. And every time I was asking question about like stepping into more innovation, for example, more technology, more consciousness. Sophie was like, yeah, it's coming. But at the beginning, where Pluto is at the beginning degrees of Aquarius, we're let's say, putting the past behind. Like we're really removing the bug.
Yeah.
So coming back to you, Sophie.
So I think it's what you said, Julie, is really true. It's so important that we are making space for that new. Otherwise, we're just building on really not solid ground, and we don't want that. So Okay, so let's see the oracles that I have, and then I have some tarot underneath. So this is my tarot card in my oracle. So it's start with a tower, and this is exactly what we have said. We are destroying what is built on toxic ground. We are destroying what is no longer aligned with our future, not coming with us in the 5D. We have the card of fear, which is this one. And we do have, I use this card for the positive and the negative. We do have the red flag right there, but it's also unconventional. So we're getting rid of this red flag. We're getting rid of the negative, and we are building on unconventional.
Very Aquarian.
Exactly. And building on our inner voice. That means that the population will have more power, a voice. It will be more transparent. People that are in the top of the pyramid are going to have to listen to everybody, because we're going to, it's going to happen slowly, but the gap between who is at the bottom of the pyramid and who is at the top of the pyramid is going to get really, really smaller with time. And this is overall what I'm seeing, but I'm just going to show you the cards that I'm having right there with the tarot card. We have the Three of Wands, the Sun card, High Priestess, Queen of Sword, and the first card, which is the Two of Wands. This is the card that we already passed. We had those two timelines, and we chose one. It's already passed. And then what we are going towards is more light, with the Sun, more intuition with the High Priestess, but also more reveal. And I know reveal in this community, lots of people hear this a lot, and you associate it with more knowledge coming to light, but it's not just this. The reveal will be that we want to have a lot of transparency from now on, from things from the past, the present, and the future. We want to build on a solid ground, yes, more healthy, yes, more balance, yes, but really that we have a voice, everybody.
That makes a lot of sense, yes, with the Aquarian energy rising, like Jake was saying here. Wow, that gives us a lot of hope. Thank you so much, Sophie, for that. And then I'd like to see what Solreta has in your card, and maybe can we look at it from a more, let's say, personal perspective, like about like each and every one of us, how we're gonna feel through this 2025.
You're already like in sync with me. That's what Spirit was showing me, to look at it through sort of like an individual lens. But that was such a beautiful reading, and it really feels like, I feel like that's where we're going. What you got, Sophie, feels amazing.
Yes.
So I'm going to flip these over. Oh my gosh, it's this dark card. So we're definitely in this Aquarian energy. This represents hope. This also represents the ET part of us, and the part of us that sometimes feels a little bit different, a little bit, I guess, not always feeling that we fit in. So there is a little bit about shifting old stuff, shifting old belief systems, shifting old wounds. Nine of Swords is what I call sometimes a little bit of dark night of the soul, but it's usually with what we're sitting with when we're alone. So it's not necessarily the thoughts that we have when we're interacting out, having fun, maybe being a little bit more extroverted, but this is really about looking at like your own thoughts and creating, more positive things that you'll be saying to yourself. Let me just see what else we have. We've got the Hierophant and Four of Swords. So we're definitely going to be reframing. I just had a spider on my leg. So spiders, I think it's the 13th sign of the old pagan zodiac goddess Arachne. She's the sign that sort of that represents psychic abilities. So so we could be tapping in, learning more about how we work from the psychic level as well. I have felt more of an up level in terms of like X-Men gifts and abilities, and that was a big push for me getting the Aura course out this year, was to create a language and to create an understanding for the gifts and skills that we're going to be unraveling over the next couple of years. But yeah, with this Knight of Swords energy, it really is looking at what we want to create, but trying to not create it out of past. So Hierophant, come into a higher alignment. We need to do this through meditation, through getting into the subconscious mind, through getting into deeper states and creating healing. So it's not about, I guess, the search for healing. It really is coming into an alignment with what it feels like to already be in this place and this state, because we're trying to, I guess, heal from a place of this where it's just dredging up past. So really already be in that space of what it already feels like. The ironic thing is we're kind of already born into perfection anyway. It's just we get covered and we get weighed down and things. So the more that we can keep purging, getting rid of things, and I think if we align it with what we're going through collectively with the tower moments and the red flags and things, it's it would be that, but on a more minute kind of insular type level.
That's just amazing, because like now I'm making links with everything that you guys have said before, and also the 9 of Swords that you just showed. So I feel like it's also connected with what you were saying about regulating our nervous system, because Aquarius is also, it rules the nervous system in astrology, and I feel like everything will start picking up in a faster pace in 2025. And the star cards is all about like wisdom, connection, and connecting with also like other dimensions, other version of ourselves, different timelines. So it's important that we are centered and that we learn how to regulate our nervous system, not to create from fear, as you were saying. But I feel like the creativity component will be very, very important. Not just like, of course, like painting, singing, dancing, all that stuff also. But I feel also about like creating your reality. And the North Node in Pisces really much talks about that, but it's creating from almost like an unconscious or like your frequency and what you emit, and not necessarily like just being it about like, oh, I'm setting this intention for this human, for instance. Like you're going to be co-creating every single moment what your frequency. So I feel like it makes so much sense. Thank you so much for that beautiful reading, Sol. And I'd like to ask also Elena about how do you feel about 2025? Also, having listened to what the ladies have to say, do you resonate with those messages?
Absolutely. I feel like we will be creating a lot starting as of January. Now we're just recharging. We're just like looking around, and there's something new that will come from everybody, like here in the community. Even like for myself, like I started doing like the meditation that we register, but I just feel like it's just gonna come, and I'm gonna be doing even more, and that's creativity. I want to do like new things. I have new ideas. So I feel like the community as well, like if you feel like you have an idea, meditate, concentrate on the idea, because this is like you are waking up something in you, and everything is possible. Everything is possible because here, everything that we're doing, it's with our heart. And all the classes, all the meditation, everything that we're doing, the candles, it comes from the heart, and it comes from an idea. So everybody here can have this power inside of you and believe in yourself. That's the thing that you need to say to yourself in 2025. I believe in myself.
Wow, what a beautiful and powerful message, Elena. I love it. And I so much agree with you, because I feel that Pisces in astrology is connected to dreaming, allowing ourselves to dream. So having the ideas, having the big dreams, but that comes when you're in a state where you allow yourself to have downloads, to meditate, for example. When you're not in that active state, this is where you get true new ideas, creativity, and allowing yourself to dream and to go after those dreams. I feel it's the main message also of the North Node in Pisces. And you guys, Sophie and Elena, have our Pisces rising, so you're going to be leading us for the next year and a half. And while we're going to have eclipses along the Pisces Virgo axis, yay, Sophie. Sophie's going to be very much for personal.
with my Northern Pisces on top of it. Yeah, it's going to be intense. I cannot wait to see what is coming. But just what you were saying, Julie, is super interesting. But just don't, really important to say that, yes, be in that reflective mode and let yourself connect with source, like you were saying. I just felt the need to add on to what you were saying with, don't get distracted, because Pisces can get in that escaping reality of playing games, being on your phone, or it's just escaping reality in many, many different ways.
Yeah.
So this is a very powerful moment where, if you, like Julie said, if you use that time, it can be magical. If you don't go into just distracting yourself. And this is a challenge, I feel.
Yeah, such a good point. I feel like I'm gonna make a video. May, you're so right about how the North Node in Pisces has so many slippery sides to it. Where, well, I'm hoping people that are watching this are not gonna fall in the, let's say, the lower manifestation of that, which are exactly what you said: escapism tendencies, trying to check out, a substance abuse, illusion, addictions, all of that. So, but of course, for people that are wanting to embody more of their higher self, there's also a huge potential to bring more magic and more co-creation into your existence. And I love what the Phil Rice said here: staying focused on the ideal situation will aggregate the necessary elements to form. Eyes on the prize, everyone. Beautiful. Thank you, Phil. Appreciate that. Well, thank you so much. Well, time flew by, as I knew, because every time we're the four together, I feel like the frequency is very high and time flies by. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Oh, Jake is saying more ocean drum in 2025. I love it.
Perfect.
Noted. Okay, I will. Lorianne is saying, Julie, chart and video on this topic. Yes, I know you guys miss my chart. Sometimes I don't have as much time, but I will. Yes, so right, Corbin. I love your comment here. Saturn is now in Pisces and will help create structure around the magic and co-creation. So it's almost, I feel now, impossible to not want to look at reality. And especially while Saturn will approach a more Neptune. So yes, dreamy, but with a solid foundation. So just wanted to share with you, we're going to see you some other times this week. So we are Wednesday night, tomorrow, Thursday at noon, we have the Pick a Card by Sophie, which is going to be your blessing for the season, your gift for the season. At 7 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be offering you this episode of the 5D News. Stay tuned. It's going to be a good one. And at 8 p.m. Eastern, Sol has her last live class Q&A for the Aura course. Sol, you were telling us yesterday that that was such a beautiful experience. What can people expect tomorrow for the last live class?
Yeah, so we had a few join us for the second one last week. So you haven't missed the opportunity. If you did want to buy the course, you can join us for the class tomorrow night. And it's been the best. There's been so much beautiful encouragement with, people that are all different levels of their ability to clairvoyantly see. So there's some people that are seeing colors, or there's some people that are seeing chi, like a white light, sparkle energy in the etheric body, and then there's others that are starting to get color. But what I noticed when we did the lives was each person started to expand or have their ability start to grow. So it was through the encouragement and support of the community. And I think there's an effect that takes place when one or two people start to catch on to something. Other people just sort of symbiotically pick it up. And I do have a lot of the practices for getting rid of blockages that are a big part of the course. And it was a big foundation of what I felt was missing in a lot of other things. So I do feel it's important to clear blockages around what you're doing. But this one will be extra special because we're going to be wrapping it up, and I'm going to be teaching you how to tie it all together. So if you want to do aura drawing readings for friends, for family, or even to have it as a business, we're going to be really having a deeper look in how to pull it all together tomorrow night.
Oh, amazing. And a lot of people are very excited about this last class. Thank you for offering the live classes. I feel like a lot of people have been able to take so much value out of it, personally speaking. So thank you so much, Sol. And of course, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, the traditional galactic show with Sol. So don't miss that. That's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern. And of course, I'm going to put all the, oh, sorry, my voice is cracking. The holidays promos down below in the description box. I think it's already there, but I'll just make sure that everything is there, all the links. So again, 50% off on all the Academy courses, workshops, meditation, activation, including the Aura course if you'd like to catch up with the group. Doesn't mean that you need to do all the courses. You can just catch the live and then do the classes at your own pace. And of course, we have 20% off basically on almost all the boutique on maisonjupiter.com, including the candles, including the consultations, the birth charts, and the gift cards. So thank you so much, everybody. Please do make sure you like, you share this video, and you subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you very soon. Thank you, ladies, for being part of that meeting, that traditional meeting, the four of us. The energy was beautiful. Thank you, guys. And thank you, everybody, for your beautiful love and comments in the chat. We appreciate you so, so much. And let us know in the comments below how you're going to celebrate the holidays. Do you have like a mix of tradition and newness that you would like to share with us? We'd like to know. So thank you so much for sharing, and we'll see you very soon. Bye, everybody.